subscribe to Raze Chaos.
And welcome back, everybody. My name is Raze Chaos. You've made it back to my channel, and yeah, here we go. We've got some fun today. I have got the 3-pack of the New World Order, the Walmart exclusive 3-pack, and excuse me, as an added bonus, I've got the Diesel figure right there. Bam! There he is. Kevin Nash, before he went to WCW and joined up with the N.W.O. Or created the N.W.O. I apologize. But yeah, we're going to go ahead and we're just going to go ahead and take out the Kevin Nash because he's my boy. He's always been my favorite, even when there were other better characters slash wrestlers. He was one of my favorites. But we're going to take this guy out. And here we've got him. We've got Big Daddy Cool himself, wearing the Diesel, the leather pants, the thick belt. That's a thick belt they got on him. And the wristband, the armband, and the glove that he used to lift when he did the horn pull of a semi-truck, because that's what he would come out to, was that. He was Diesel. And I'll be honest, I wasn't even watching wrestling at the time that he was Diesel. And I think I've mentioned this before, that kind of got out of wrestling at a certain age, then kind of dabbled back into it later. Never went back full into it, but I still enjoy I think a peripheral version or a part-time interest in it is enough. I don't need to watch the pay-per-views. I don't need to watch I don't have a sense of urgency. I'm fine with waiting, and then I'll watch it if something came up that everybody's talking about. And yeah, I kind of watch a lot of clips on YouTube, primarily because you can check out whatever you want, and you can look up stuff that you missed the first time around. And he is definitely one of them. Originally showed up as Shawn Michaels' bodyguard, and then he became Diesel and became the world champion himself, and actually held the belt for quite a long time. But yeah, that's where that happened. When I got out of wrestling and then I started to dive back in, I started following certain people, and I quickly realized what I didn't know before was that they were all like the same group. They were a group of friends known as the Clique. And I am a huge Clique fan, and I was before I even knew the Clique was a thing. So, we've got Diesel. We've shown him off. Let's break into the 3-pack. I just want to say before I open this is really kind of funny because I had spotted this at Walmart, and I was getting ready to, I just picked it up. I didn't pay any attention. And I was with my mom, and my mom had mentioned when she saw this in the cart, she's like, "Oh, you found the clearance pops." And I'm sitting there thinking, this wasn't even here the week before, so how could this already be clearance? And so I was sitting there thinking, is there another area that have clearance pops? And that's what she's thinking? No, I went back. This was on clearance. And yeah, it's like, even if you look at the price value of it now, it's still worth more than what I paid for it, brand new. So can't really complain about that. It's a Walmart exclusive, and yeah, we're gonna break into this guy. And here they all are. We've got Kevin Nash next to Diesel, so you get the little WWE and WCW, which doesn't really matter because WWE bought WCW. After he left WWE to go to WCW, he took his own name back, and I think it's interesting because it looks like the Kevin Nash figure is a little bit bigger than the Diesel, which makes no sense because it's the same person. But I kind of think that's a lot to do with his hair. Because at the same time, I think I held these up there, and they were all pretty much the same size. You didn't really get the notion that one of them's almost 7 feet tall versus the rest of them. But yeah, Kevin Nash came and joined. He and Scott Hall basically came to WCW, and they were huge. I mean, they were over. They were big guys in the WWE, and then basically WCW offered them a lot of money and a lot of, hey, we're going to give you control too. So they went ahead and took care of that. So they showed up, and Scott Hall was the one that appeared first. And this is an awesome little ponytail. This is got the t-shirt, ponytail and jeans and everything. And hey, yo. And that's really awesome. So he came out, and he basically said, you know who I am, but you don't know why I'm here. Because he was Razor Ramon back in WWE. And then he came to WCW, and then he was soon joined by Kevin Nash, who was Diesel, and then they were using their real names. And the whole angle was that these big WWE stars, WWF at the time, were coming to WCW, and they were making it look like they were taking over, like they were agents of WWE, going to mess things up. They teamed together as the Outsiders at first and everything, and then came the most infamous moment in wrestling when Hulk Hogan came down as for the first time and revealed himself as the third member of the N.W.O. And basically he's the one that got to do the line, you're looking at the New World Order. And yeah, basically these guys were already doing it. Hulk Hogan hadn't been relevant for a little while, and basically he saw his opportunity to get back there. And of course he had to be the leader because he was the biggest star from WWF, and so he had to come over and play the field like that. And yeah, I actually worked at a video store years ago, and I actually had a tape. We had tapes, wrestling tapes, and I would put them in instead of the little trailer reels and everything when it got really boring. I'd put those in there. And that infamous match showed up when Hulk Hogan comes out and turns. And there was a guy who walked in, and he just kind of stopped at the monitor, and he was just staring at it. And then the minute Hulk Hogan turned and put the leg drop on the WCW wrestler, this guy flipped the bird. He just immediately spit and flipped the bird, and he just started, he sucks, man. He just griped about it. And like, he was so upset about this that by the time he had gone to the to whatever movie he was getting and bringing it back to the counter to where I was, he had basically the entire front of his shirt was like drenched in drool. He was spitting and cursing and swearing, and I just had to laugh because it was just kind of like, wow. Nobody's cared about Hulk Hogan for a long time, and now this dude's spitting up a storm. So, best career move he could have made. And yeah, their whole idea was for them to come in and take over the company. Obviously, that didn't work because WWE bought their company. And but still, when it was small in the beginning, it was really enjoyable. When they started adding a bunch of people, like who cares? When they swelled to like 20, 40 members, it was just kind of like, okay, well, who cares, you know? And that was during Goldberg's streak, so it was just kind of like, okay, well, he's kind of beat everybody, and now they all wear matching t-shirts. And it really kind of diminished what they were trying to do, but they accomplished it because one of the things Kevin Nash had set out to do was to change the way wrestlers were paid, and that he succeeded at. And at first it was just the upper card members, but eventually that trickled down to everybody, and basically made the whole pay rate and the way to pay the performers. I mean, they weren't always guaranteed money when they showed up to perform, and some of them would drive, to a different town, a different state, across a couple states to get there, and then not get paid. And Kevin Nash and Scott Hall kind of put the kibosh on that, and it was something that while at first it was only happening to the bigger stars, it was something that managed to trickle down to everybody. So I think you've really got to be on the lower card not to be getting guaranteed money anymore, because somebody's going to offer it. And so yeah, I want you to tell me right now who your favorite of the N.W.O is. Of course, we got the late Scott Hall, we got Kevin Nash and Hollywood Hulk Hogan, which honestly, if they had just put this out as the Outsiders, I probably would have picked that up. This was the only reason I hesitated, because I really didn't like the whole Hulk Hogan part of it. Which is crazy, because I was a huge Hulkamaniac when I was a little kid watching it for the first time. But yeah, let me know which one's your favorite, and go ahead and subscribe to the channel if you like what you see. And give me a like if you like what you see. Heck, give me a dislike if you don't like what you see. I don't care. Just thumb up, thumb down. Just give me a thumb. Just a thumb. Give me a thumb. And just like Kevin Nash changing the way wrestlers were paid, life is full of odd moments, and you never know when you're going to be defined.